Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back. Another live stream, and today we are going over speaking, IELTS speaking. So the way it works is I'll get some people to come in here with me, and today we're focusing on speaking part 3. Last week was part 2. The previous week was part 1. So we're going to focus on IELTS speaking part 3 today. So I'll share a link with you in a moment. And then whoever clicks on that link will come in here with me. I'll ask them a part 3 question, give them some feedback based on their performance and some advice on, what the examiner would look for, what things to improve. Basically point out the major weaknesses that the student needs to focus on. So it's all about feedback in this live stream. So feedback is the focus, but I do have lessons on how to prepare for the IELTS speaking test, how the test is scored, how to improve your scores, what to do in each part of the test, and what to expect in the test. So I'll just share those with you there. So I just shared links, one link for YouTube, one link for Facebook, but it's the same lessons. So if you haven't completed those already, you might not fully understand how the IELTS speaking test works or what you should do in the IELTS speaking test. So do complete those lessons if you haven't already. And then in this live stream, we're just focusing on feedback, as I said. All right, we have some people joining. Maravik, hello again. Good to see you here. One of my regular students. Ifat, hi there from Bangladesh. Great. I have a lot of Bangladeshi students here as well. And Sushma is here. Great. Okay, so let me share the link with you to come and join me, but let me explain a few things first. I would like you to have your camera turned on, and I would like you just get, if you're in a very loud environment, maybe just find somewhere a little bit quieter so that everybody, and myself included, can hear you. And if you're not joining me live, feel free to ask any questions you have, be it about my feedback, the student's performance, any questions you have about IELTS speaking. We will keep it within the context of the IELTS speaking test for now. So what you should do, don't just sit back and watch it. It's not a TV show. Even if you're not joining me live, you should be getting some value from this. So it's you can evaluate the speaking of the student who joins me and see what kind of score would you expect them to get, what strengths do you think they have, what weaknesses do you think they have, and you can base your ideas based on my feedback to kind of calibrate what you expect the IELTS test to be like and what do you think the examiner is going to focus on. Or alternatively, you can listen to my questions and just practice speaking yourself. So whether you're joining me live or you're just watching, whether you're watching live or you're watching the recording, you can still benefit from it. If you're coming to join me here to participate, obviously you're going to have something to gain. All right. So with that, let me share the link to join. I have to find it first. One moment. Okay. I've just called it link to join me live. Just left a comment, link to join me live, and that link. So if you're interested in coming in here and answering a part 3 question, getting feedback, click on that link. All right, we have some more students. Sushma, Ayush, good to see you here. I missed you earlier today. Blessing, hi from Lagos in Nigeria. Hi, Blessing. Welcome to the lesson. Ishivam Joshi, hello to you. And welcome back. You were here last week, I believe. Sir, how can I join the live if I want to? Yep. So you must have asked that before I explained it. So it's that link. You'll find that link just above your comment, based on what I'm looking at here on my screen. Yours came in just after the comment that I shared. Okay, I have Marvita here with me. Okay, Marvita, let's get you in. Hi there. You are muted at the moment.
How are you?
Good, good. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Excellent. Your first time joining me live here.
Yes,
Good to have you on. Where are you from, Masvita?
I'm from Zimbabwe.
From Zimbabwe. And what score do you need?
I need a 7.
Yeah, it's a very common score. Most people are aiming for 7. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a part 3 question. I want you just give a direct answer and try to develop it as fully as you can. But then,
Okay.
where a lot of students feel uncomfortable is they feel uncomfortable stopping. So when they've said what they wanted to say, they're afraid to stop. So when you've said your piece, feel free to stop. Okay, so
Okay.
um, the topic is related to food. Okay, so your question: what types of restaurants are most popular in your country?
There are several restaurants in my country, and most of them, which are quite expensive, are found in the are mostly found in the low density suburbs, and they sell expensive food there. One of the top restaurants that you might find in my country is the Queen of Hearts. It is the most popular restaurant. um, I would love to go there because at the moment I just see the food that they will be advertising on Facebook and on billboards, and the food looks quite appetizing, and one couldn't resist to go and taste their food because it will be like it will be looking yummy. And I think if you are to taste the food, you would want to continue eating it more and more. So I think they're making a lot of money because even tourists, foreigners, they go and purchase food at their restaurants.
I'm just making notes here. I'm not ignoring you. One moment now,
Okay.
Ms. Rita. I just want to write this down or I'll forget. Okay, so
Okay.
the first thing, so let's go with. I have a few comments for you, but I'm just going to start with your answer, and you didn't directly answer the question. So the question was the types of restaurants. So that could
Okay.
be, like Indian restaurants, it could be fast food restaurants, it could be the type of food or the type of cuisine is more what we would be aiming for. So you started off by saying there are several types of restaurants, but what we want is just focus on one. So just
Okay.
choose one and go with that. And you did later on focus on one, but you gave me the name of the restaurant. And the thing is, I've never heard of that restaurant before. So even if you had told me the type of food that they have, that would have been closer because you did narrow down to focus on one, but I still don't know the type of food. So that was the main issue, is you didn't address the actual the type of food.
Okay.
So do you think, did you rush into the answer or did you not hear the question clearly, or what do you think happened?
I rushed to answer.
Sure.
Yeah.
So if it's the case, did you hear me say restaurant or type of restaurant? Did you can you remember if you heard me say type of restaurant?
type of restaurants.
Yeah. So if you didn't hear me clearly, you can ask me to repeat. But it is a very common issue where candidates, they rush into the answer, and they're nervous. It's a stressful environment. But by rushing into the answer, you don't know what you're going to say, and it's very unlikely that you'll directly address the question. So what I would recommend is give yourself a minute, not a full minute. That's a lie. That's way too long. Give yourself a
Okay.
moment. Give yourself a moment to think about the direct answer you will give, and then that should be a type of restaurant, and only talk about that. Besides that, I have some other comments for you. I think you've got a nice range of vocabulary, and you use it with a lot of accuracy. Except at the very beginning, I felt at the beginning you were trying to show off your vocabulary. So you use the word extensive twice, and you were talking about low density suburbs, and I feel like you were just using those because you thought it would help your vocabulary score, but it didn't seem like information you wanted to communicate. It felt more like you were trying to show off your vocabulary. So in the beginning, I was a bit worried about your vocabulary, but as you just continued to communicate, you've got a nice range and you've got a nice level of accuracy. So your vocab score will be better if you just focus on communication. Don't worry about using, what you might think would be impressive vocabulary.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. That's basically it. A direct answer, and just no need to show off with vocabulary. You already have a good range. Do you have any questions for me before you finish up, Marvito?
No, I'm thankful for the corrections.
No problem whatsoever. You're very welcome. Good to have you on here, and nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marvito. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so that was great. Now, let me see. I don't have anybody else here at the moment, so let's have a look at the comments. Sir, how can I join? Oh, that was the one that we just looked at. Sir, I have a question. Is IELTS Mentor internet platform suitable for us to develop our common exam knowledge? I don't know the ins and outs of IELTS Mentor very well. I think with the lessons that I have gone over with you, there's very little extra information you need about the IELTS test. I've covered pretty much everything there is to know. And like I said, if you ever have questions, just go to my videos and leave a comment under any of those videos. But there's very little left. To be honest, I can't think of anything beyond that. So really, like when you're studying for the IELTS test, it's learn what you need to do and then practice it and then get feedback. And that's what these feedback lessons are for, is to see what you misunderstood or what you need to focus on. IELTS Mentor, I'm not familiar with it, but I can't comment on whether it's good or bad. But just saying that there isn't going to be any information that you haven't already got from me. So I know that doesn't answer your question. I'm not familiar enough with IELTS Mentor, to be honest. But there are some other ones that are suitable. I mean, IELTS Liz, IELTS Simon, IELTS Advantage, E2. I mean, they're all solid. I know some reliable ones, but then there are a lot of ones that I couldn't comment on, and IELTS Mentor would be one. Ikram, I'm very well. Thank you, Ikram. I hope you're well too. AK, hi Lars, should we install Streamyard? No need to install Streamyard. You just click the link and it'll bring you straight in. So you're not using Facebook. It's a different platform, but there's no need to sign in. It's literally you click the link and it'll take you in here. So yeah, go ahead. Click the link. I still don't have anybody in here with me. If nobody wants to join, I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to twist your arm. There are obvious benefits of joining me. But this lesson will be pretty short without people to speak with. So jump in if you want to. If not, no problem. Hi, Eric. Good to see you here again. Ali, please discuss about true, false, not given. I'm always stuck between false and not given. Okay, I want to stay focused on speaking, but considering that I don't have a student to ask a question to at the moment, let me just say this. If I said, all right, let's say, Lara's 37 years old, if that's what the question said, right? And then in the reading text, it said Lara is 36 years old. So now we know the question statement is false. The question statement said 37. The text said 36. That's false. There's information to show you it's false. When it's not given, there's nothing to tell you if it's true or not. So it could be the question says Lara is 37 years old, and the text says Lara is in his 30s. So can you say that Lara's 37 based on the fact that the text says Lara's in his 30s? Well, no, you can't say it's true because you don't know. You can't say it's false because you don't know. That's not given. Is you don't have the information to say it is true or it is false. So true will be the question says 37, the text says 37. False is the question says 37, the text says any other specific number, and not given is it doesn't specify. So that's essentially the difference. When it's not given, there's nothing to tell you. That's basically it. Okay, I have Dominic in here with me. Dominic, can you just turn on your camera and then I'll get you in? Sushma, sir, a few teachers are telling that there would be some expected questions. Is it really work? No. No. For many reasons, it doesn't work. So Sushma is asking, okay, you have, I don't know if we'd call those people teachers. They're people involved in IELTS in some way. So what they'll say to you is, here are the questions you will get in your real IELTS speaking test. Now, first of all, it's a bad idea because there's no way anybody could know what question you'll get. So what you're doing is you're spending a lot of time preparing an answer for a question and then you get a different question. You've wasted your time. The other issue is even if you did get the question, let's say if I said to you, tomorrow's your test, this is the exact question you're going to get. The problem is you're going to rehearse an answer. You're going to write out an answer, learn it by heart. When you hear the question, you're just going to spiel it off. You're just going to, run through the answer. And it's not going to be your normal way of speaking. And the examiner will know that straight away. So when the examiner hears you, it's like, why are they speaking completely different? And you know yourself, if somebody's saying something that they've learned off by heart, that doesn't sound the same as somebody speaking, by themselves. I mean, even compare my live videos with my pre-recorded videos, I sound like a completely different person. But the thing is, when the examiner knows, and they will know, when the examiner knows that you're just saying something that you've already learned beforehand, they're going to completely disregard that. It's not going to help your score. So A, you're probably not going to find the real question. B, it's not going to help improve your score. So really, I can't say more. I can't say strongly enough how bad an idea it is trying to find the question that you will get in the IELTS test and preparing an answer. It's really not a good approach. And how much time would that take? Compare that to improving your vocab, improving your grammar, improving your pronunciation, improving your fluency. What actually will improve your score? So no, good question. But no, definitely shouldn't do that. Dominic,
Good evening, sir.
how are you today?
I am fine, thank you.
Good to hear. Good to see you in here again.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
I don't know, did you see the start of the live stream? But we're focusing on part 3, and the topic at the moment is food. So let me pull up your question for you here.
Yes, sir.
Is eating out more popular in your country nowadays compared to in the past?
Can I see question or can you repeat again, sir?
Is eating out in your country more popular nowadays than it was in the past?
Sorry, sir, I not that one word. I not that get your question.
No problem. So I can give you your options, Dominic. So in the IELTS test, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you cannot say I don't understand your question because the examiner cannot help you. So what you want to do,
Yes.
you can say what does, and you can say the part that you don't understand. So you can say, what does something mean? Or like you did earlier, you can ask me to repeat. So either one of those is fine and the examiner can help you. But if you just say, I don't understand the question, the examiner can do nothing to help you. So is it a part of the question that you don't understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I'll repeat the question, and you don't have to pronounce it perfectly.
I did not hear.
You don't have to pronounce it perfectly,
Yes,
but I'll repeat the question. And you ask me, what does the part mean? Okay. Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I can't even remember the question now. Give me a moment. Is eating out more popular in your country nowadays compared to the past?
Sorry, sir. I did not hear clearly the what in the easy. What is easy to, in my country from the past?
Okay. So
maybe
you'll,
maybe I should get some. Sorry, sir. I got some headphone.
no problem, Dominic. Is it my internet connection? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes. Yes, sir. Sometimes I did not listen clear.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir. Can you repeat question again, sir?
No problem. Is eating out more popular nowadays compared to the past? Sorry, is eating out in your country more popular nowadays compared to the past?
Sorry, sir. I did not get the answer. The question.
So
It's
which part?
easy.
So the first part is eating out. Can you understand? Is that the part you don't understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you say to me, what does eating out mean?
Yes. So
Like that. So
what is easy is mean, sir.
okay. Eating out means leaving your house and going to a restaurant to eat your meals.
Yes, I get your point. Okay.
Perfect.
I can completely say that in nowadays in my country is easy to sorry.
No problem, Dominic. Is there a problem with my internet connection? Can you just give me a moment? I'm going to plug in my I'm going to plug in my my internet cable. Just give me one moment.
Yes.
Okay. You're okay without me? All right. So
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me more clearly now, Dominic?
Sometimes still have disconnection.
Okay. So the question was how we're comparing the past with the present. So is eating out more popular nowadays in your country compared to the past?
Yes, nowadays because of the transportation and the way to go out is easy than before, so it's easy and popular to enjoy any entertainments to be comfortable in our house.
Okay. Thanks, Dominic. Have you been working on your pronunciation?
Yes, sir, but it's not easy for me. I will try.
I can hear the final sound a little bit more today. It sounds like you're working on it. I think the internet connection is a problem, Dominic. I think perhaps your internet connection is a little bit weak and you can't hear me clearly. Yeah. But thanks for joining me anyway, Dominic.
Yeah.
And get back in here again next time.
Thank you, sir.
See you again. Bye, Dominic.
Yes, I will
Thank you.
do better. Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah,
See ya.
thank you, sir.
Okay, so let me just fire through any more questions we have here. So this was the last one I looked at. Okay. Van Fung, do you have any speaking course? I don't, but I have started offering one-on-one speaking tests just yesterday. But in relation to if you need to figure out how to do the speaking test, you can use those lessons that I shared at the beginning of the live stream. I don't have a specific paid course, but I do have one-to-one. If you want to get involved in that. Dominic, you're back again. Tajinder, any general books related to IELTS useful or Cambridge is best? Really all you need is the Cambridge IELTS books for practice reading and listening tests. Those are the only ones that you really need. Tajinder. Eric, yeah, definitely get on board. Click on the link there and join me. I just put join me live in a comment and the link under that. So if you can find that link and then just click on it. Marvik, sir, if I will take IELTS on paper based, how days the result? Which one is first in the exam? You'll get the test. You'll get the results after 2 weeks for paper based. Eric, yeah, get in here, get on board. I'll definitely have some questions for you. Thanks, Kang. I think internet connection probably didn't help there a moment ago. You can't join. Let me share the link with you again. Same link as before. If you're clicking on the link, I mean, a new link isn't going to help. Maybe you can find it more easily. That's why I'm sharing it. Can you speak? If I get some question, can I speak about the pandemic situation? Absolutely, as long as it's relevant. You know, you can't talk about it because you want to talk about it. It should be related to the question, but there's no reason that you wouldn't talk about that. You can basically talk about anything you want. No problem here. Is that my internet? Good. I plugged in the cable. I should have plugged in the cable anyway, to be honest. Okay. Thanks, Dominic. Okay. So we have Hamilton here. Let's get you in. Hi, Hamilton.
Hi there.
Am
Can
I
you hear
saying
me?
your name right?
Yes, it's right, Hamilton.
Excellent. Where are you from, Hamilton?
I'm from Ecuador.
Must be. What time is it there? You're
6 in the morning.
the
Yeah,
exact
exactly.
opposite side of the world from me.
Yes, early for Zoom it's very complicated to me, but this is very, very good time.
Okay, well, good to see you here anyway.
Thank you.
Just one moment now. Let me find your question there, Hamilton.
Okay.
Is it popular for young people to work in restaurants in your country?
Well, I don't. I think it is not possible here in my country because many of the laws don't allow that young people work in maybe in restaurants, but some owners have their children working in there, but it is not common here. Young people focus more in study or doing these his activities instead of working in a store or in a restaurant.
And do you think, why do you think the government doesn't allow younger people to work?
I don't know, but I see in different countries that it's allowed that people, teenagers, like in 15s or 15 years, start to work there, and it's I think it's good, but here I don't really know why the government prohibit this. Because for young people it's very good to work in early age and understand how the real world is working.
Okay, good. I think you're right. Your ability to answer questions and to develop ideas is going to help you with writing task 2. So that's where a lot of students struggle, and you really have that. Sorry, Hamilton, I'm going to pause you because I'm listening to myself back. 1 second now. Okay, so I'll unmute you in a moment, just so that I'm not hearing myself twice. Okay. You have a nice level of fluency when you're answering, but when you're thinking of your ideas, there's a lot of stopping and starting. And that it's sometimes it's thinking of words, sometimes it's thinking of ideas. When it's ideas, you should give yourself some time to think first. When it's thinking of words, that really is a problem with your fluency. Okay, Hamilton's gone, but Hamilton, you can watch the recording. So basically, when you're having a problem with fluency, when you're thinking of vocab, that's an issue. Oh, there you are.
Yes.
So when you're having a problem with thinking of the vocab, that is, you do need to work on your fluency. Then you have because that fluency breaks up your pronunciation. When you speak, like, a few words together, your pronunciation is quite clear because the connected speech is a good standard. But what's missing then is when you're stopping a lot, the connected speech, there's the pause between the words, but you're also missing the sentence stress. So really, I think you have the ability to get a higher pronunciation score, but your fluency is actually holding you back from the pronunciation score you're capable of. You make some mistakes with grammar. But I think auxiliary verbs is something that you could focus on first of all. Auxiliary verbs would be a good focus for you. Okay, let me unmute you there again. Do you have any questions for me?
Maybe which band it's affordable for me right now?
Your fluency is going to be a band 6 for sure, and that's going to hold back the other areas.
Okay.
So fluency would definitely, it would help to work on your fluency more than anything else at the moment.
Okay. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
See you, Hamilton. Okay. So let's see here if I have any more questions. One-on-one speaking practice, live or not live? No, it's not live. So the one-on-ones I'm doing are not live. But what I do is I record it, or I get you to record it, either way, so that you have a recording. So you can go back, listen to your own performance, and see, can you match the feedback with the performance. So no, that's the one-on-ones aren't live. Hi, Amanjat. Good evening to you, sir. I want to join your Zoom. So my live feedback lessons are on Zoom. So those are my free group classes. Let me get that link for you there. Lorato. So my Zoom lessons are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for speaking, task 1 and task 2. So just share that link with you there. But they're the free group classes on Zoom. They're separate to these live streams that we have. Kulwant, let's get you in here.
How
are you?
Hi, sir. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
Same here.
I feel like I know you already.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like I said, we're focusing on part 3. The topic is food.
Okay.
A lot of people think that it's unhealthy to eat out regularly. Do you agree with that?
Oh, yes, definitely. When it comes to eating out on regular basis, I think it's quite unhealthy if we compare this with the homemade food. Because the fast food, which can be called junk food, is prepared at cheap wayside stalls, or things like that, and this food is spicy a lot, so definitely it is unhealthy. And if I consider the homemade food, it's quite healthy, and it is cooked in the front of individuals, so that is why it is more healthy. But yes, consuming anything which can be bad for our health on regular basis is not good for our health. For example, people who love to go out with their friends as well as family members, um, they tend to eat like pizzas and burgers every day. And even in my hometown, there are many individuals who love to go outside and have their dinner or things like that. But if it is consumed on regular basis, it may increase the cholesterol levels in the blood, so it can be dangerous for the heart as well. So yes, definitely, to answer your question, it is harmful for the health of individuals.
Good, strong answer. You start going off topic a little bit towards the end. You were talking about, how often people eat, or what people do, or why they do it. But that's a strong answer. What score are you aiming for, Kulwant?
Well, actually, it's CLB 9, which I am currently aiming for, and
That's Canada,
I'm already
right?
struggling. Yeah. And I'm struggling in writing because I got a band 8 in my last test in the speaking module. So in this answer, actually, I got distracted by somebody, so that's why I think I've lost my way somewhere between
not
the
for
answer.
long. Not for long, to be very honest with you.
Yeah.
Not for long. Just a little tangent at the end, but you came back.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just tell you quickly. when you say regular basis, you need to have the article a. So doing it on
Okay.
a regular basis. You
On
made that.
our.
You didn't have the article. You made that mistake twice. You said when we talk about fast food, we don't say the. It's just a general. So fast food. So you said the fast food is created on the side of the road or something, but we don't have the, unless it's specific and you're saying the fast food which you buy on the side of the road. So
Yeah.
without specifying. So that's two mistakes with articles. You've got it. I can see how you got a high score. One little thing, and it's probably nitpicking, but you just dropped it in and it seemed unnecessary. I'm looking at my notes, by the way. I know it's strange. I'm looking down all the time, but you said the fast food, and then you said, also known as junk food. That didn't seem like, it seemed like you were performing, that you were doing the test. I doubt you'd ever talk like that to somebody naturally.
Yeah. Yes,
So
definitely.
that was just one small thing, and honestly, it wouldn't really affect your score. It's just a bit odd, and I think you speak so naturally and comfortably the rest of the time. So writing is your main concern.
Yeah.
So I mean, if that's the case, I would just say don't go spending a lot of time on speaking if you can already do it. I don't know what CLB 9 is, or what exactly what that score would mean for you, or what IELTS score that would be for you. But I have a task 2 live stream on Thursday, and then I just shared a link just before you came on for my live feedback lessons on Zoom.
Okay.
So those are my free
Okay.
group classes as well. So get involved in those. I'll be able to take a look at your writing.
And I have posted, sorry to interrupt you. I have
Go ahead.
posted one essay. Like twice, but I am actually unlucky because my essay has not been selected yet, not even a single time.
For the competition
Yeah.
tomorrow?
Yeah. And and the fingers are crossed because there are only 2 essays posted. So definitely,
Okay.
I'm
You're on
looking
50-50.
forward to.
Well, I'm not going to pick favorites.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes, I know
gonna let
that.
the software decide. Best of
Yeah.
luck. I can say that to you. Best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
No
much,
problem
Lab.
at all. Nice to talk to you, Kulwant.
Same here. Thank you.
Take care of yourself. Okay, so Loretta. Okay, so that was the link you were looking for. Dominic, yeah, he was good. He was good for sure. Okay, Eric, ready to get you in here. Oh, you've just disappeared. And Eric is back. Hi, Eric.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
I can turn up my volume.
I can turn up my volume.
A little bit
You're
quiet.
a little bit quiet.
Where are you from, Eric?
I'm from Kenya.
From Kenya. What score do you need?
Band 8.
Band 8.
Or 7 and above, maybe.
Everybody wants higher than their real score. That's quite normal. So really 7, but you want 8.
Yes.
Fair enough. All right, let me get up your questions here. All right, so this is related to sport. So we're changing away from food, and I'm going to ask you. In the real IELTS test, you'll just stick with one general topic. So this wouldn't happen. Okay, so your question. So your question. Why is playing sport less common with adults than children? Why is playing sport less common with adults than children?
Well, sporting activities tend to be not common with adults since they are occupied with different occupations such as work and maybe going for different commitments. unlike children who have more time playing sports, and they are able to interact more and have much on sport.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Eric, I'm just going to mute you as well because I'm hearing my voice back. You definitely need to develop your answers more than that. So, I mean, your point is valid. It makes sense that they don't have as much time because they're busy at work. That's fine. Give an example of that, or just compare how much free time, or you can talk about the outcome of that as well. You've got it. I think you were struggling a bit with the ideas. When you're speaking, your fluency is fine. You've got a nice level of accuracy. You're actually very accurate. You made one mistake with plurals. You said they have different commitment instead of different commitments. So just that S from the end of commitments. So you got a nice range. I have nobody else in here with me at the moment, Eric. So I'm going to ask you another question, but just give me one moment here. Okay. So let me just unmute you there again. In some schools, it's mandatory
to play a sport.
Do you think that's a good idea?
Do you think that's a good idea?
Well, playing sports is a good idea for most of the children since it develops their career path, and most children like sports, and I believe it's a good input apart from academics, that it can enable them develop their career.
Okay, so I've just muted you there again, Eric. Again, you're going to have to develop your answers more. They're very short answers. For fluency, the first band score, fluency and coherence, the development of your answer is an important aspect. So short answers like that's going to hold you back. That's going to hold down your fluency and coherence score. I don't know if you've completed the speaking lessons. I have them, the videos I shared at the very start of this. So they're just ideas of how you can develop your answers, just kind of a structure that you can follow. It's not the only way to develop an answer. It just gives you a guideline of, okay, I'll say this and I'll follow it with an explanation, an example. I'll talk about the outcome, but you need to say more. That's a big thing for you at the moment. Also, you didn't directly answer the question, and I'm not sure if it's because you didn't understand the question or if you didn't give yourself enough time to think about it. But the question said that it's mandatory in some schools. So maybe you didn't understand the word mandatory. Mandatory means that they have no choice. So they have to play some sport. So you just talked about the benefits of sport, but the question was about if you think it's a good idea that sport is mandatory, as in we don't give the children a choice, we force them to play. So you didn't address that. And like I was saying to Dominic earlier on, if you didn't hear me properly, you can ask me to repeat. If you don't know the word mandatory, you can say, what does mandatory mean? But you absolutely have to address the question that was asked. And then at the end, you said it enables them to develop their career, and it just felt like you had nothing left to say, and you just said it because you felt like you had to say something. But you're smiling there probably means I'm correct. And that's you'll see in the lesson. That I shared, the videos that I shared at the start of this live stream. But part of my strategy for part one and for part two is when you've said what you want to say, just stop. Because what happened to you with saying it develops their careers, it's like, honestly, it's about maybe 7 out of 10 candidates will do that. They've said what they want, what they had to say, but then they feel they should say more. So they say something completely unrelated, or they repeat themselves. And again, that's hurting the fluency and coherence score. So for you, I think just listening to you speak with the level of vocab, the level of accuracy in your vocab and grammar, I think it will be easy for you to get a better score than you would have with today's answers. But you will need to complete those lessons so you understand what you're aiming for, and make sure that you understand the question before you answer it. That would be the main thing. Here, let me unmute you there again. I'm only muting you because I'm hearing myself twice, but let me unmute you and just tell me, do you have any questions at the moment?
Do you think what band am I around?
You're not a band 7.
You're not a band 7 with today's PowerPoints.
But sorry, I'm just muting you again because I can't even finish my sentences before I hear myself. It's distracting. I think you can improve your score a lot based on the feedback that I've given you. I think you can definitely improve quickly based on the feedback I've given you. Whether that will bring you to a band 7 or not, I cannot say confidently, but I would imagine just with the level of accuracy you have, you're going to be able to perform a lot better than you did today. All right. Well, good to see you here. Take care of yourself, Eric. Okay, let's see what comments do I have from everyone else. Echo, yep, I'm hearing it. So the question that Dominic got was, do people eat out? You'll see it in the recording anyway. Do people eat out in your country more nowadays compared to the past? Jules, I hope that's a good wow, not a bad wow. The echo, yeah, the echo is pretty nasty. I think it's when the speakers speak, the person speaking, their speakers are going back through their microphone. I think that's what it is. Yep, no problem, Dominic. Okay, so I don't have anyone else here at the moment. Does anyone have any questions about any part of the IELTS test? I normally do a full hour. There's nobody here. We can finish early. That's no problem. But if you have questions, I'm happy to answer for you. While I'm waiting, let me just share that link with you again. So those are my free live, just the link, free live feedback lessons. They're on Zoom. They're free group classes. And that link will also bring you to my new one-on-one feedback service for speaking. So, Wasim, how long this lesson will be? It's scheduled for an hour. There's nobody here, so I think we'll finish up now. However, if you have any questions, Wasim, feel free to ask, or we'll finish up there. I have a live stream tomorrow where I posted a task 2 question last week. Some people entered the competition by writing a full essay. I will choose a winner, give them a full essay correction, tell them their scores, point out everything that they've done right and wrong. If you haven't already entered, you have until the end of today to do that. I have another live stream for writing task 2. That's on Thursday. And then for any of you who are already in my live feedback lessons, the ones on Zoom, I'll see you throughout the rest of the week. Eat out. 2 words. Eating out, Dominic. Yeah, that's a lot of people feel that way, but I pretty much say this. I think I've said this every speaking live stream that I've done, but if you come in here and you're a bit shy about that, and that makes you nervous, that will actually make the real IELTS test all that much easier. So, you know, if you're a bit awkward here, that will benefit you in the real test. Dominic, perfect. Mo in null. I have another live stream next week. So, you know, you can come and join me next week, no problem. So that seems like there are no many. It's completely tongue-tied. That didn't even make sense. It seems like there aren't any more people. That no one else has questions or wants to join me right now. So we'll just finish up there. Like I said, more lessons throughout the week. So I'll see you all in those. And take care of yourselves until I see you there. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.